We'll see if he can build upon that double-double as the first one he had last Saturday.
Jamari Blackman, he'll pull from anywhere, and he knocks a three down right in the face of the big man Joey Brunk to put North Alabama up. He's got all four, all from the line, 4-3 Hoosiers, and once again rising and firing Blackman for three.
There was no communication on the defensive end. There was a screen, no talk, and now that's going to lead to another turnover where there's no talk.
But then another block for Jackson-Davis. He's done everything early for Indiana. So Indiana Mr. Basketball, just like Romeo Langford was. Of course, he was only here one season last year. Three-pointer, that's a two actually in the corner by C.J. Brent. 0 for 3 from the floor, 3 turnovers, all 6 points for IU at the charity stripe. Into the game, Rob Phinisee, and he goes right to the basket for 2. Jerome Hunter rises and fires, but it's a two-pointer. They need his outside shooting this year. But they need him to knock down those jumpers. Driving inside, Race Thompson strips it away from Mervyn James. Here comes Phinisee, full head of steam. Off the bench, he's instant offense and energy. Blackman had the open look, then put it on the deck. Now he will take the contested jumper. There is no fear in the eyes of Jamari Blackman. Armand Franklin underneath. Around the arc it goes. Deep three on the way. Well, we said they could use Jerome Hunter's outside shooting. Good energy right off the bench. Race Thompson gives it down inside Jerome Hunter. So we saw him shoot it outside. He can also play with his back to the basket. The shot clock. Agnew spinning underneath. James back up top. Open brim. Yes, good ball movement for the Lions.
You can't give him any space. You got to make sure that that hand is right in his vision. It was not. It gave him enough space to raise up.
Speaking about space and raising up, Demezy Anderson with his first three-pointer of the season.
We talked about communication, right? One of the problems with this Indiana team was lack of communication. We saw it on the defensive end there. Great finish here by Brunk. Talk about some juice the arena has then too. We'll get all the cliches out of there.
Deron Davis spinning. Ooh, strong move by the big fella. Phinisee, well, everybody moved away from him. He says, that's fine. I'll just step back and bury the three. He's already in double figures with 10. Is number 10, Rob Phinisee. Youngblood, he wants to equal it, and he will. His second of the half. He's a good shooter. They got to close out on him. Order to Durham, down inside to Brunk. Speaking of patience, Brunk very patient here, off balance, and somehow got it to go. Trayce Jackson-Davis, no, with the left hand. Offensive rebound for Smith. How about Jackson-Davis a second time? Yes, that's his first field goal of the night. Some good ones. Now carrying it over to the next generation. In the lane, nice spin and a finish for James Anderson.
Really good move there by Anderson.
The young freshman. Oh, there you go. That is why he was a McDonald's All-American. Plays like we just witnessed.
They're going to bring night in and night out. If they're consistent, this IU team is going to be very, very hard to beat.
Good set there. Backdoor action laid in by Al Durham. Half from beyond the arc.
And that's the example of the pickup points, though. And that's great job, right? You force those pickup points, it's going to force the drive to the paint. You get the drive to the paint.
We go. And he kicks it out. Anderson from the wing for three. Demezy Anderson now has 8. Anderson, he can lob it up, and that guy can go and get it. Trayce Jackson-Davis climbing the top of the ladder.
They can't play as in the NCAA tournament, which, when you look at it, is a huge advantage for North Alabama and recruiting-wise.
Open three, knocked down by the freshman from Indianapolis Cathedral, Armand Franklin. Indiana on their way to 3-0, hosting Troy on Saturday. Race Thompson with a nice block against the glass. They turn it over. They give it right back to Tavon King, and he has it partially rejected. Race Thompson, he deserves that. I thought he was going to dunk it. I think he blew a tire. He's laughing about it. 47-40 at intermission, but they dominate that second half. And tonight's Duluth Trading Company hardest working player is that guy right there, Trayce Jackson-Davis.